In the deserted hallway after classes, May's hand found his, warm, unexpected.
May, there's no one here. We don't need to pretend.
Pretend? But we are dating, aren't we?
She forgot? That's impossible.
3 weeks earlier, the whole mess had started with their friends' relentless matchmaking.
Kaito, you and May would be so cute together. Just try going out.
Yeah, man, you are both single, and I am tired of watching you dance around each other.
What if we just pretend? Fake date to get them off our backs.
Pretend. But what if it gets complicated?
Kaito assured her it would just be for show, only in public, only when their friends were nearby. The pact was made. Neither could foresee how quickly it would fray. At lunch, they put on their first show. Yuki and Aiko cooed as Kaito and May shared a table, their bentos side by side.
You two are so cute. Kaito, did you give her your tamagoyaki?
She likes my mom's cooking. It's only fair. This is what we agreed on, a performance. So, why does it feel so easy?
Hours later, the school was silent. They walked through the corridor with no need to perform.
Her hand touched my sleeve again. Light, hesitant, but there's no one watching. May, we're not in public. The act stops when no one's watching.
Oh, I suppose I forgot. These habits are hard to break.
She let go, but her confusion was plain. Kaito watched her, a silent alarm beginning to ring. Kaito had drawn a clear line between fiction and reality. May kept stepping across it, and every time she did, the line felt thinner. The next morning, Kaito's phone lit up with May's name. No audience, no performance, just a message. Good morning, Kaito. I found a new bakery near the station. Want to try it together?
Another text. She's sending these every day now, even when our friends aren't watching.
Later, in the hushed classroom, Kaito found May already settled. His desk had been pulled closer to hers.
You saved me a seat again. Yuki and Aiko aren't even here today.
I just wanted to sit with you. Is that strange?
A part of me wants to say it is, but I can't, because it feels normal. No, it's not strange. I just thought we had rules.
The rules say we act like a couple when friends are here, but I like this better.
Kaito didn't reply, but the line between fiction and reality was now so thin, he wasn't sure it existed at all. After school, Kaito and May walked the empty streets toward home. The sun dipped low, casting long shadows. Without a word, May's fingers laced through his warm, certain, as if it were the 100th time.
Wait, there's no one around. We only do this when people are watching.
But aren't we dating?
Her eyes hold genuine confusion. She isn't joking. She really forgot. May, we made a pact. It was just for show, to get Yuki and Aiko off our backs.
I understand that, but lately, it hasn't felt like pretending. Has it for you?
It hasn't, and that's exactly what terrifies me.
Kaito had no answer. The fake relationship had swallowed the truth, and he was the only one who still saw the line. And that line, he feared, was about to be erased for good. The next morning, Kaito pulled May aside and led her into an empty classroom. The door clicked shut behind them.
May, I need to be direct. Do you remember the rules we agreed on? Only acting when friends are watching.
I remember, but it doesn't feel like acting anymore. Being with you makes me feel comfortable.
Comfortable? That's not a word I'd use for a fake arrangement. She means something more. Then, why do you keep doing couple things when nobody's around? Help me understand.
Because with you, I don't have to put on a mask. I can just be myself. It feels safe.
Safe? That's it. She's been searching for a place where she doesn't have to hide. Hide from what? May, what are you so afraid of?
Nothing. It's silly. Never mind.
She withdrew behind her gentle smile, but the question had cracked something open. Kaito realized he had only uncovered a deeper puzzle. Seeking clarity, Kaito cornered Yuki after the final bell.
What's with the long face? Fake girlfriend giving you trouble?
It's not a joke. May keeps forgetting the whole arrangement is supposed to be pretend.
Or maybe she just actually likes you. ever think of that.
It's not that simple. There's something wrong that she won't say.
Dismissive laughter was all he got, but it was enough to make him look closer. In the bustling corridor, May shrank from every passing shoulder, her eyes never settling. A girl from their homeroom waved, but May stared through her as if she were a ghost until the voice finally registered.
She didn't recognize her own classmate. Not until she heard her voice.
Being with him, she'd said, was the only time she felt safe. The realization was a cold weight in his chest. The school festival burst to life with laughter and colored lights, but the roaring crowd was a cage for May. Behind the snack booth, the press of students became a blur of sound and motion, suffocating.
She's trembling. Her eyes are darting like a trapped animal. May, look at me. Focus on my voice. You are not alone here. Just breathe.
She seized his arm, burying her face against the fabric of his shirt, her anchor in the storm. He guided her to a quiet spot behind the tent. The festival din faded to a distant hum.
Thank you. I was so scared. I'm glad you are my pretend boyfriend. Without you, I can't even...
That silence. There's something she still won't say.
The fake dating pact was now the thin wall holding her up, and Kaito was terrified of what would happen if it cracked, determined to uncover the truth. Kaito found Aiko alone after club activities ended.
Aiko, can I ask about May? She's been different. Like, she can't see things others do.
You noticed. I wasn't sure if I should say anything. It's not my place.
Please, I need to understand. She keeps mixing up the fake dating with real.
May has mild face blindness. She can't recognize people by their faces, and severe social anxiety makes crowds terrifying. She's been struggling alone for years.
The words landed like stones, reshaping every memory of her confused glances and sudden retreats.
The fake dating was the first time she saw someone clearly. You made her feel safe enough to be herself.
She wasn't forgetting the act. She was living the only real connection she'd ever had.
His mind raced. Her touch, her texts, they weren't errors. They were lifelines. And he was no longer just her pretend boyfriend.
May, we need to follow the original rules. Only act like a couple when friends are watching. No more private moments.
If that's what you want, I understand.
She agreed without a fight. That's worse than I expected.
The next morning, the good morning text never came. His desk remained empty beside hers. At lunch, she sat alone, picking at her food, her eyes fixed on nothing. In the bustling corridors, she flinched at every voice, no longer tethered to his presence.
This distance was supposed to protect her, but it's breaking her instead.
He watched her falter, a dropped book, a missed step, and every instinct urged him to go to her.
If I help, will she ever see where the act ends? Or does that not matter anymore?
The line between fiction and reality had been his obsession. Now, it was a blade he'd set in her hands. The next school day, the sight of May sitting alone in the classroom, her lunch untouched, was enough to break his resolve.
I can't do this. The rules don't matter if they destroy her.
He crossed the room and slid onto the bench opposite her, setting his tray down with a quiet clatter.
Kaito, what are you doing? Yuki and Aiko aren't here.
I know. I wanted to sit with you. That's all.
But the rules...
Forget the rules for now. Just eat. You need to.
For the first time in days, a tiny light returned to her eyes. She nodded and picked up her chopsticks.
Why did I do that? Am I just fixing a problem? Or is this something more?
He didn't have an answer. The fake dating was gone, but what remained was uncharted territory. After the final bell, Yuki cornered Kaito near the lockers, a knowing smirk on his face.
So, you two are eating lunch together again, and I saw you walk her to class. You got a crush on her or something.
It's not like that. She just needed help, and the fake dating thing got complicated.
Complicated is just another word for girlfriend. Admit it, you are in deep.
Kaito brushed him off, but the words lingered. Later, he found himself in the empty classroom where they had once set the rules. The door slid open, and May entered, searching for something. When she spotted him, her steps faltered. Without thinking, she reached out and touched his hand, then instantly pulled back, eyes wide.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I forgot myself.
Instead of pulling back, Kaito caught her hand, his fingers threading through hers. He didn't let go.
Does this mean we're real?
The question hung between them, unanswered. The fake was gone, but Kaito's voice had disappeared with it. Kaito didn't answer. Instead, he led her to the rooftop, where the sky stretched wide and no one would overhear. He stopped near the railing and turned to face her, the city, a distant hum below.
May, I know. About the face blindness and the social anxiety. Aiko told me.
May's face went white. She stumbled backward, eyes darting for an escape that wasn't there.
Number? Why did you have to find out? That's supposed to be invisible.
I am not here to judge you. I am scared that this fake relationship is doing more harm than good. You told me you felt safe, but every time we blurred the line, did it really protect you, or just make the fall worse?
I forgot it was pretend, because it was the only thing that felt real. I am so sorry. I never meant to trap you in my confusion.
The truth shattered the last pretense. They had reached the end of an agreement that had never truly existed. The next day, Kaito and Mei stood before Yuki and Aiko in the classroom. The announcement was brief and final.
What? You guys broke up? This makes no sense.
Me, are you sure? This is what you want.
Mei nodded without a word, and Kaito confirmed it was mutual. The silence afterward was heavier than any explanation. In the crowded corridors, Mei became a ghost. She moved with her head down, never lifting her gaze to recognize a face. At lunch, she returned to her old spot alone. The chair across from her stayed empty, a silent accusation.
I can't go to her. Not yet. This is supposed to be better.
But the distance was a wound that bled neither of them would acknowledge. Kaito watched her shrink each day. He told himself it was for the best. But the lie tasted like ash, and so the act ended, not with a curtain call, but with two people more alone than when it began. Days bled together. Kaito's meals lost their taste, his steps felt heavier, and the silence in the classroom clawed at him.
I thought pushing her away would fix this. Instead, the emptiness is everywhere.
At school, the sight of May's back in the hallway was a constant sting. She moved like a shadow, but he couldn't look away. One afternoon, he found her in the classroom, alone again, her lunchbox unopened in front of her. Kaito's feet moved before his mind caught up. He placed his tray beside hers and sat down.
Kaito, why?
I just wanted to. Is that okay?
May's lips parted, then pressed together. A tear escaped before she could stop it, but she nodded. They ate in silence, but it was a silence that felt less like emptiness and more like a beginning.
This time, I didn't sit down out of guilt. I did it because I couldn't bear to be anywhere else.
In the days that followed, the empty spaces between them quietly filled. Without a word, they began walking home together after school.
She's not clinging to my sleeve like before, but she stays so close I can feel her presence with every step.
At the library, they studied side by side, their books a thin wall that neither wanted to break.
Kaito, this geometry problem, could you explain it?
Sure, you almost had it. See, you just need to factor here.
He leaned in, his shoulder brushing hers. The lesson lasted longer than it needed to, but neither seemed to mind. Yuki caught Kaito's arm in the hallway, pulling him aside before class. His smirk was gone, replaced by genuine curiosity.
You and Mei are together all the time now. But you are not pretending anymore, are you? So what gives? You like her, don't you?
Words were supposed to follow. Denial, deflection, a joke. But my mouth wouldn't work.
Kaito's silence was the only answer Yuki needed. That evening, Kaito resolved to find Mei and finally tell her he wanted something real. He walked to the empty classroom where they'd first made their pact, but Mei was already there. She turned at his footsteps, clutching an envelope. Her eyes were red-rimmed, but her voice was calm.
I wrote this. Please read it. It's everything I couldn't say out loud.
Dear Kaito, thank you for the happiest time of my life. I felt like I could truly be myself, but I know it was just pretend. So I am setting you free. Please don't worry about me anymore.
She's thanking me and walking away. She thinks she's a burden.
It's better this way. You've already done more than anyone else. I'll be okay.
Kaito's hands trembled. The letter was a goodbye he couldn't accept, a door she was silently closing. If he didn't speak now, she would vanish from his life forever. The choice was his, and the silence was drowning him. Kaito surged into the empty corridor, his footsteps echoing off the lockers. He had to catch her before she left the school.
May, please, just wait.
He found her near the window where they had once shaken hands over their fake pact. The afternoon light painted her in gold.
Kaito? What are you? Why are you running?
I couldn't let you go. Not like this. That letter, it's not the end. It can't be. The fake dating stopped being pretend for me too. I didn't realize it until I read your words. I think I love you, May. And there's no one watching now. It's just us.
This can't be happening. Not after everything.
Her eyes, wide and glistening, searched his face for any hint of deception, but all she found was raw, unguarded truth. And in that empty hallway, the fake relationship that had somehow become real now waited for her answer.
Wait, no one's watching? That's what he said when this all started. I didn't understand back then, but now, I think I loved you from the start. But I was so scared that if I said it out loud, the whole dream would shatter.
The confession stripped away her last defense. Kaito watched her face transform from disbelief to aching hope.
I forgot the rules because I never wanted them. Being with you was the only time I felt real.
Then we both forgot. Maybe breaking the rules was the only way to find something genuine.
A fragile laugh escaped her, wet with tears. The tension that had bound them for months finally snapped, leaving only relief.
Then, no more pretending. Let's be real. For real this time.
Kaito pulled her into his arms, her happy tears soaking his shirt. His own eyes stung as he held her, finally whole. And in that empty hallway where the pact was made, the fake girlfriend who forgot it was pretend finally remembered the truth. It never had been. The following day, Kaito and May walked through the school gates hand in hand. No pretense, no script, just the two of them.
Whoa, look who decided to show up as a real couple.
I knew it! You two were never really fake. This is so exciting. We're not hiding anymore. And it's all because Kaito reminded me that when it's just us, we don't need an audience.
A small crowd gathered, whispers turning into smiles. For once, the attention didn't make May flinch.
She's not shaking. She's not looking for an exit. This is real progress.
Under a blooming cherry tree, they sat together for lunch. The same spot, but everything had changed.
This feels different from before. Even with everyone around, I'm not scared, because I know you are beside me.
Later, as the bell rang, and the crowd filed in, May didn't hide. She held his hand tighter and walked forward. The fake girlfriend who forgot it was pretend was now the real girlfriend who would never need to pretend again. A week passed, and the novelty of their status settled into a quiet, steady rhythm. Walking home through amber evening light, their hands intertwined.
You seem less anxious lately. Is it easier now?
It's not just easier. I don't feel like I am performing for anyone anymore. With you, I am just me. That's the only version I've ever wanted to be.
Her words settled over him like a warm breeze, chasing away the last shadows of doubt. They stopped at the familiar park bench, not out of exhaustion, but to savor the stillness.
She's not hiding. She's not afraid. This is who she was meant to be.
For a long while, they simply sat, the silence filled with everything that had finally been spoken. And when they rose and walked on, it was not as pretend partners, but as two people who had found a real home in each other. Another evening found them on that same park bench, the sky a canvas of orange and pink.
Kaito, when did you realize you loved me?
When I noticed you forgot it was fake, because by then, I had forgotten too. The line between pretend and real had vanished.
A fragile laugh escaped her, a tear slipping down her cheek.
I think I loved you from the start. I was just too scared to acknowledge it.
Kaito gently wiped the tear away, his touch lingering. She turned to him, eyes glistening with the weight of unshed tears, and smiled the most honest smile she'd ever worn. Under the fading sun, they stayed, wrapped in a silence that held no questions, only certainty. The act was over, but the story they would write together was just beginning. They stood from the bench, still holding hands, as if letting go might break the spell. They walked along the path, their silhouettes drawn against the dying sun. And so, the fake relationship that started as a lie became the realest thing they ever had. Because sometimes, the best love stories are the ones where you forget to pretend. No audience to perform for, no rules to follow. Just two people who found themselves in each other. The sun slipped below the horizon, leaving a sky of fading embers. They walked on, their steps in quiet harmony, into the evening and whatever awaited. And somewhere behind them, the empty hallway witnessed the echo of a pact that was never meant to last, yet became eternal. For in the end, the truest things are often those we stumble into without realizing. And their story, born from pretense, would forever be the one where pretending became the most honest thing of all.